Yo, good morning, good morning, good morning. Freedom marchers, freedom family, freedom lovers, and freedom fighters. Snapzilla Gorillas in the building. Welcome to the definition of anarchy. Yo, how y'all doing this morning? I got my people in the building. Salute to y'all. Anarchy Television, Orange Lily for you. The comrade Coach B. Hudson. The Sensei Stormy B-Man is in here. Latressa Montgomery. Thank you guys for coming through. Kelvin Black is up in here. Good morning, everybody. Juan, good morning, Juan. Dana, salute to Dana. How are you guys doing? It's been a few days since your boy went live. We had a lot of snow. Not a lot of snow, but we had some snow going. And my kids were all home. So, and I've been grinding at work. Trying to get my, getting my money up. You know what I mean? So, took a little break, but here we are again. How are y'all doing, man? We're going to get into this thing, man. We're going to hit y'all upside the head with this morning paper because we got a lot to discuss in regards to the Epstein files. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Juan, I've been working like 70-hour weeks for the last few weeks, since December, just trying to, and it's not bad because I work from home, so I get it cracking, you know what I mean? It's not bad, man. I enjoy it. But anyway, let's talk about this. Let's talk about the Epstein files and all the millions of emails and videos and the this and the that. My brother Mahari Nation's in the building as well. Salute to you, brother. Let's talk about that. Let's do some housekeeping first, man. Let's hit the like button, y'all. Let's get that like button cracking. All you got to do is double tap that screen. And, those of you who are moderators and you have channels, go ahead and drop your links. Stormy B, man, Coach B Hudson. Make sure y'all drop your links in the chat. Mahari Nation, make sure you do that. Y'all go check out my people. And salute to the mighty LDBC. Going strong. I appreciate you, Juan. So let's talk about it. Thank you for subbing. If you sub, thank you for subbing. Let's talk about this, man. We the people, not just in the United States of America, but all over the world, are being ruled over by PDF files and child sexual abusers, okay? So when a scandal like this comes along, the Jeffrey Epstein scandal, the scandal they had no choice but to allow to come to the surface because, in my opinion, and this is my hypothesis, all right? So when they tell y'all about conspiracy theories, they're not conspiracy theories. They are hypotheses, right? To arrive at a theory, right, you need some form of evidence. Not a theory. They allowed the Jeffrey Epstein scandal to come to light, probably because Jeffrey Epstein was jumping bad and threatening people, okay? Whatever happened there, however they allowed that to go down, is how they allowed it to go down, right? So now we are in a place where we have millions of emails and this and that. And what have they revealed? What have the release of these files revealed? Why are they redacting names of individuals who are not even victims? Why are they doing these things? There are a lot of emails where they're talking about, they're just talking about torture. They're talking about murder. They're talking about all these different things in these emails. Jeffrey Epstein is just emailing back and forth. Prince Andrew came back to light. There's actually a prince in another country. I forgot the country's name. But he is being prosecuted right now. In his country, a prince, a crowned princess's son, is being prosecuted right now for his involvement in the Jeffrey Epstein scandal. Yet over here in the United States, no one outside of Jeffrey Epstein or Ghislaine Maxwell has been arrested or prosecuted. Someone says lie. All right, what am I lying about? Am I lying about the crown princess's son being prosecuted? Oh, he's not being, oh, okay. Sure. Oh, okay. Do you know what prince I'm talking about? Yeah, he was pardoned. Okay, sure. Anyway, whatever you say, pal. Anyway, y'all just come up in here and say shit. No, not the UK prince. No, I'm not talking about Prince Andrew, who was deroyalized and forced to leave his royal house. I'm not talking about Prince Andrew. So shut your mouth. I'm not talking about Prince Andrew. Asshat. Anyway. So, why is this type of thing not happening in the United States? Listen, y'all, we know. The names that are coming out, these names have already been revealed to some degree. They are giving us leftovers. You understand? They are feeding us leftovers. Jay-Z, Donald Trump, Prince Andrew, the same names. Other people are being named under celebrities. It's just, we have to understand that this is bigger than the celebrities that we already suspect or know are involved in child sex trafficking, in ritualistic behavior that is destructive to human beings, where they eat babies and all these different, they do these different things. Listen, if you think about it, if you go back to the times of Aleister Crowley, if you go back to Alfred Kinsey, these things have been built up and set up for decades. What's not being revealed to us are these other individuals involved in these acts. The ones that really control shit behind the scenes, the names that you've never seen or heard of before, that if they are revealed, it would devastate their power structure. Because see, they can throw these individuals to these lambs, they can throw them in for the sacrifice. They can throw Jay-Z in there, right? They can throw Donald Trump in there. They can throw all these people you already suspected. Because this is not the first time we heard about Jay-Z being involved with, underage individuals, right? There were suspicions and rumors and things around Jay-Z and Aaliyah, him passing Aaliyah around and all these different things when she was 16 years old. Him eyeing Beyonce when she was 16, when he was a grown ass man. He told you himself he couldn't wait for Beyonce to become an adult so he can grab her, and that's exactly what he did. So what they're doing is they're giving you some leftovers. They're like, here you go. They know you're hungry for justice. But then, at the same time, what they're revealing to us, based, solely on emails and conjecture and hearsay, is not enough evidence, right? Right? They're feeding you circumstantial evidence that really can't lead to a prosecution, right? Because extraordinary claims require what? Extraordinary evidence. So these things that they're saying about Trump getting his whatnot bit, sure, that could be in an email and all these different things, but at the end of the day, if you guys think that Donald Trump is going to get prosecuted, it's not going to happen. You understand? It's not going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen. Jay-Z, all these other celebrities, these rappers being named, old boy from the Clips, what's his name? Pusha T being a facilitator, doing these different things. Like, understand that these types of rumors have been going around for years in regards to celebrities, right? These types of behaviors that they are talking about, right? Having to do with children, humiliation rituals, all these different things. Celebrities coming out and telling y'all they have to sell their soul. The Rock telling y'all that he had to sell his soul. And now look at The Rock. He looked like he'd been taking crack and Ozempic. Now the man looked like a shell of himself. He looked like he 80 years old now. See, they will throw these people to the wolves because you already know who they are and you suspect, and they feel like, okay, that will satisfy these people's hunger for so-called justice. We'll throw these people out there, but there won't be enough evidence. Jay-Z got accused of a chick that she said that he was doing things to her. Well, he got his high-powered lawyers involved, and nothing came of it. Nothing came of it. So, Jay-Z, once again, nothing will come of that. Lyor Cohen, Jay-Z's mentor, he has set Jay-Z up to be insulated and shielded by these scandals, as long as Jay-Z stays in line. And yes, did Jay-Z buck a little bit when he did, what was that song? I forgot the name of the song. It was a time or a number where he's talking about the Jews owed and everything. They was coming at him then. But at the end of the day, Jay-Z will always be in line. And these people they're throwing at you with this lack of evidence, right? There's no, are they going to release videos of Donald Trump raping children? Then Ben Shapiro came out and tried to, 444. Yes, thank you, Coach B. Hudson. Ben Shapiro came out and told y'all, oh, it's just it's just child pee. The videos are kitty pee. There's nothing in there that shows anybody doing anything to these children. It's just kitty porn. So they are going to present you these different things so that, okay, look, they're throwing names out there. They threw Trump, they threw all these celebrities out there, they threw all these well-known individuals, Alan Dershowitz, Prince Andrew, the prince that was that I told you guys about in another country. I forgot the name of him. But they're going to give you these things so that it can satisfy your desire to have justice for these things. But then at the same time, they're going to throw out all these shields, right? All these apologists that are going to try to confuse you and convince you that this is a nothing burger, right? Brandon Kundum, Anthony Brian Logan. These people coming out and telling you that Donald Trump was exonerated. They're going to spread confusion. This is all a propaganda campaign. This is a psychological operation. And they feel like, well, in a few months, you're going to forget about it, right? We release millions of emails. We release millions of files. But the real, right, the perpetrators that you have no idea about that really runs this shit, they will never come to light. Never. Mahari says, right, Israel and Russia are deeply involved in the scandal. Absolutely. You have email Discord where I can contact you. Hazed the Gamer, yeah. My email, freedomsmarch, hold on. What is it? freedomsmarch80@gmail.com? No, it's not. I think my email is freedomsmarch.com. Y'all gotta pardon me. I'm a little under the weather. freedomsmarch80@gmail.com. freedomsmarch80@gmail.com. If y'all want to contact me, reach out to me. Ever since the COVID-19 pandemic, the scandal, that whole thing where they poisoned people with a man-made virus, the bioweapon. Ever since then, I've been getting sick every 3 months. And I never got the jab, but you know, it is what it is, you know. Real power behind it will never be exactly. It'll never be revealed. They will throw people to the wolves But not really, because these people will never get prosecuted. We have to understand, when Kash Patel told Congress, there's nothing in there that we can use to prosecute anybody else. That Jeffrey Epstein never trafficked any children to anybody. We knew right then that this shit was not going to happen. It doesn't matter what they release. And, you know, in order for us to truly receive justice for these things, we have to take it upon ourselves. We can't rely on the system that enables and shelters these people from justice to administer justice to them. Oh yeah, Orange Lily for you says, swallow a garlic clove every day and drink clove tea. I should, yeah, I think I need to go on ahead and handle that. I need to get some oregano oil. It's just annoying because I never get sick. Before the pandemic, I never got sick. I probably got sick once every 2 or 3 years. You know, it is what it is. So how will they get justice? That's a great question. Realize in the building. Salute to you, Queen. Thank you for coming through. Digital currency is already here, Chinese checkers. How to Be Free says, should there be rules? I think so. Should there be rulers? No. I agree. There's nothing wrong with, there's the golden rule, right? There are rules that you know that you should follow to be a righteous human being, right? To be an upright individual. It's simple. Be an upright individual. Do no harm unto others. Mind your own goddamn business. It's as simple as that. I'm getting tired of getting this. I'm getting tired of this sick shit. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. Yes, your father, when you were a child, is the only legitimate authority that you ever will have. Is the only legitimate authority of one person to another is a parent to their children, or their parents to their children. So, if you look at the landscape behind this Jeffrey Epstein thing, it's all there. They put these things out there to confuse you, right? To create more division, because now you have MAGA versus everybody else, right? MAGA versus everybody else, just like with the ICE murders. MAGA versus everybody else. They draw that line and they say, well, you got to step to one side of the line. And in reality, the people that really run shit, they don't give a shit what side you stand on, as long as you go against each other. How many times do I have to come and talk to you guys about this? Because those of you in my chat right now that may disagree with me or have a problem with what I'm saying, you're not my true enemy, right? But they have convinced you that I'm your enemy because, well, I believe that Donald Trump has some involvement with the Jeffrey Epstein situation. I do. Either he participated or he had knowledge of it. And either way, you're complicit or implicit. Salute to Love. Thank you for that. I appreciate the gift. Thank you so much. Always love, peace, always coming through, sending the gifts. Where is all your yoga bullshit now? What are you talking about? You know, when they released these emails, right? Everybody hopped on it and grabbed it and said, let's talk about it. And when I heard what was being said about it, I was like, where is the real shit? They're picking and choosing what to disseminate to the public, right? Which we knew we knew they were going to do that. Try some Cerasi, what's that? Orange Lily for you says the 1% is made up of Dems and Republicans. They're not even Democrat or Republican. No, these people don't care about none of that. They don't vote. You think the rulers, the controllers actually vote? And that they have party loyalties? Absolutely not. These are the same individuals that lobby in Congress on both sides of the aisle. They don't care about no Democrat, or they will bribe both sides of the aisle. They don't care about any of that. What they care about is their sick, twisted ideology, right? Which is, a lot of people think is devil worship or whatever you want to call it. The purest form of evil, right? And what is the purest form of evil? What does the purest form of evil do? They exploit and abuse children. And that should be the focus. Because whether you believe Donald Trump actually did this or did that, or Jay-Z actually did this or did that to these children, the bottom line is, we know, they know who did it if they didn't do it. Or we know that they probably participated. All these people. Hell, even Kanye West. You don't think he knows? You don't think he's been invited to parties? And Kanye West probably never participated. He's probably seen things, heard about things, or knew about shit. Maybe he saw some kids go into a building and never come out. This is the reality, y'all. Cerise says, Realize says, Cerise, a bitter melon is a potent Caribbean herbal tea and medicinal plant known for its intense bitter taste. Yeah, I need to get something. Yeah, they don't care about the children. The fact of the matter is, there are videos and pictures of children being exploited sexually and being abused. There is accounts of torture and eating in these different rituals because they think that they can have this everlasting youth by taking this energy from the children. They had to do sick shit to these children. Cutting off, circumcising little girls. It's sick. You understand? This is what they're talking about. Right? Someone says, show them proof. Well, I'm telling you guys that, what they're saying is happening and who they're saying is doing it is not substantiated. What are you talking about? Right? Aside from the videos, of course, there is evidence of children being abused. What are we talking about? That's why Jeffrey Epstein was prosecuted in the first place. That's why Ghislaine Maxwell got convicted. What the fuck are you talking about? Go watch the trials. What are you talking about? These children were abused. What are we talking about? Don't come in here being stupid as fuck. Don't be stupid. This guy is just yapping, says the Holy Spirit. Sure, pal. Yet you're in here watching and listening to me yap. Yeah. Y'all are pedo defenders. Exactly, Coach B. Hudson. If you're coming at me for letting you guys know that these children are being abused and exploited by the elite class, which they are, and you're calling me a liar, you do know that there are actual children that are victimized, and they are victimized to this day. They continue to be victimized. Children in these other countries, these third world countries, are being snatched up because it's easy for them to do in those third world countries. They can round up a bunch of children and traffic them all over the world to the highest bidders. This shit really happens in real life. And they'll throw you some names. They'll make bold claims. They won't present any real evidence. And they will never be prosecuted. And then the MAGA crowd will come out and defend them. The Democratic crowd will come out and defend Bill Clinton. That's how it works. Bill Clinton is going to testify. Testify to what? The Clintons are going to testify to Congress about the Epstein situation. What are they testifying about? Yes, Orange Lily for you. These children are going in DC. The children that are being trafficked south of the border. You know how many children were trafficked during the Biden administration? During the Biden administration. 300,000 children were trafficked during the Biden administration border crisis. Someone says get a job. Don't worry about me getting a job. Freedom, Realize says freedom. Former UN employee Claire Edwards said the next agenda is to take children from the schools and they'll all allegedly have some virus. And she said this already happened in British school. Crazy work. Crazy work. How to Be Free says the level of child abuse cannot happen without government. No, it could not. These NGOs down there that were helping these people come to the United States were instrumental in a lot of that trafficking. Because of their involvement, a lot of that trafficking was allowed to occur. I won't say that they were directly involved. I'm saying it facilitated. The cartels were involved, right? And these NGOs worked with the cartels to get people across the border. You guys know that, right? It's crazy. So what I'm saying is they're going to give these names. They're going to give these celebrities. They're going to tell you all these people that they say were involved with the Epsteins, and they won't give you any real solid evidence, even though they have them in the files. They probably have videos, pictures. You'll never get them. You'll never see them. None of these people will be brought to justice. They're still holding on to this thing that there's nothing in there to prosecute. They have made no arrest. Hold on. It's just not going to happen that way. You cannot rely on a system of injustice to bring justice to these children. You know what I'm saying? And so it's up to us. We have to do it. We have to break free of the system, and then we bring justice to the system. We got to break free from them. You got to be independent. You got to be self-sufficient. You got to build your own communities and decouple, so that when it comes time to make positive change for people, you won't need them. You understand what I'm saying? You won't need their services, which are services you actually are providing, because, well, it comes out of you pay for these services, the government services that they say you need. You pay for that. They can't do that without you. So we can do that for ourselves. How to Be Free says play artist status games, win status prizes for everyone. Individualism doesn't impede on voluntary collectivism, but forced collectivism impedes on facts. How to Be Free. Facts. Anyway, we cannot rely on a system built on tyranny to put a stop to the tyranny it is implementing. You own fall. I can't with you people. I can't. You know what I'm saying? We have to do better. We have to come to a place where we have to recognize who the real enemy is. What is my political ideology? I don't have one. Anarchy. That is my ideology. Anarchy is my ideology. Your community don't even want you losers now. You sound stupid as hell. Realize says freedom. They're all involved. Epstein gave evidence to Yahoo to bribe the U.S. and all involved complete submission. Yeah. And then there's the WikiLeaks. Right? Now, the crown prince's son I was talking about, the son of the crown princess. What the hell? Son of Norway. That's the country, Norway. Son of Norway's crown princess chokes back tears, giving evidence at rape trial. And this came due to his involvement with the Epstein's situation. So if the crown princess's son can be prosecuted in Norway for committing horrific acts, why can't we do that in this country? To the elite class, right? Tajik says he's from Norway. Think about that. So this is what's going on. Son of Norway's crown prince stands trial for rape as royal family in spotlight over Epstein files, Epstein emails. The family's in the spotlight over Epstein emails. 38 counts, including rape and repeated abuse of his former partner. Crazy work. Crazy work. Anyway. So, the trial follows the latest release on Friday, of more Jeffrey Epstein files by the U.S. Justice Department, which include scores of emails between Epstein and Crown Princess Mette Marit. Yeah, the Crown Princess was having emails back and forth with Jeffrey Epstein. This is how far extending this is. This is a worldwide scandal, not a United States scandal. Do you understand? This is just a reality. Political immunity for any party is the problem. Facts. So, these are realities, y'all. Ahead of his trial, Hoiby, which is her son's name, was arrested on further charges Sunday evening, including making threats involving a knife, breaching a restraining order, all these different things, right? Jeffrey Epstein was a hell of a record keeper, wasn't he? Jeffrey Epstein was a hell of a record keeper. Imagine how much worse what they're not showing us is. And who is also involved. Now they're trying to convince us that Jeffrey Epstein never worked for Mossad or never had a blackmail ring going on. Well, this is what he did. Now they're saying it was Russia and all these different things. Well, it is what it is. Anyway. I got to get out of here. But thank you guys for coming through. Thank y'all for hitting that like button. Y'all can hit the like button a little bit more on the way out. I would appreciate that. Listen, man. Justice will never come from these people, right? They protect each other, and they victimize the least protected class in the entire world, which are the children. Children are the least protected class in the world. And that should be our common interest. The common interest is to protect the children, right? That should be the common interest. The fact is, children were victimized by Jeffrey Epstein, Ghislaine Maxwell, and their clients, and all these different individuals that run this world. And that is the biggest thing we need to understand, right? That is the most important thing that we have to recognize, is that the elite class don't care about left or right. They don't care about black or white or anything like that. They'll just use those things to perpetuate the division that keeps them in power. And that's it. That's all it is to it. But thank you guys for coming through. Thank you, Realize, Orange Lily Few, Latressa Montgomery. Salute to y'all. Get a job, Parasite, someone says. Yet you're in my comment section writing. Do you have a job? That's my question. And I have a job. So thank you for the advice, though. I appreciate you. Anyway, much love. Thank you guys for coming through. Hit that like button on the way out. I'll holler at y'all tomorrow. I'm going to try some of those remedies. Oregano oil, clove, and all this. I'm getting tired of this shit. I'm a healthy guy. My blood work is good. It's just this. The COVID-19 is well within us, y'all. It's endemic now to the human body. They have saturated us with COVID-19 for over a year. And then some of us got the injection and are now suffering from fast-acting cancers. Cancers are on the rise over the last 5 years. Okay? It is what it is. Someone says I sent for China. I don't know what you're talking about. Do I support Israel or Palestine? I definitely don't support Israel. I support Palestine. Yeah, that's my answer. Yeah, I didn't get the jab either, but goddamn. Anyway, y'all. It is what it is. I'm not from a gang. I never bang and I never will. Anyway, much love, like, share, subscribe, and let's keep marching forward toward freedom and truth. And for those of you haters out there in the chat that are trying to distract from the realities and the real message, you can go fuck yourself. Point blank and period. Sunshine says you are attracted to the negative comments. Yet I'm reading the positive comments as well. I'm an equal opportunity comment reader. I don't know what you're talking about. Thank you, Anastasia. I appreciate you. I appreciate you.